A very fine morning to each and everybody assembled here. I'm grateful for everybody of the dais here to listen me. And I think being a Faruqian, it's a great opportunity to stand here in front of you all. I think there is a little difference between me and you, and that is visible naturally. And that is, I was born with all four limb deficiency. We can imagine the situation or the scenario when a child is being born in a family. It's full of joy, it's full of expectations and gifting and joy, complete joy. But at the time of my birth, it wasn't like that. It was a shocking environment, and also it was confusion, confusion, and total confusion. The thing that my parents thought and what all things they feared was that how to face a society and what to answer to their questions. But by God's grace, my parents had the courage and had the strength to face a challenge like me. And like every program, my parents used to accompany me. And today also, they are in between the audience, and I'm very grateful for being born to them. I would proudly say that the main reason behind my energy and being able to stand here confidently in front of you all, it is because of my parents' courage and strength and the effort they put into me, into my growth. Because I am a child with extra care and need special attention at the time of my early days. But later on, my parents, what they did was they gave admission. I mean, they admitted me in a normal school. But unfortunately, I wasn't allowed or I wasn't admitted in a normal school where my sister studied and my father worked as an electrical contractor there. The reason they told was that since I was a differently abled girl, the students, the teachers, everybody will lose their time taking care of me. But the twist that happened was that a few years before COVID, I was invited as a chief guest to inaugurate their annual day program. It is not about the disability. Whatever it is, if the disability matters or it harms or it affects your mind, it becomes a real disability. For me in my life, I would say that I am happy to be born this way because I am able to do a lot more things in my own way. I've seen many people telling me, no, you may not be able to do that. No, 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 don't worry. There are people who can help you. But it is not like that. I have the courage and I have the determination, and I believe that it is me and only me who has to decide my capability and things that I can do. And it is not anybody who has to say that, no, you cannot do that, or no, I'll help you to do that. I am grateful for people who are able to or who are genuinely willing to loving to help me, but I am also capable to do so many things by myself. And today I am pursuing my masters in history at Farooq College here. My life wasn't easy. As you can see, I walk on artificial limbs on both legs. That means, my one leg, that is my right leg, the artificial limb starts from the hip, and the other leg, it starts from the knee. So you can imagine how much pain and how much energy I have to put into even walk, just climb the stairs, and do everything. I have studied in a school where the authority and everybody accepts me. But even though I have faced so many challenges and so many isolated me, like there was groupism in my school, but nothing mattered to me because I believe that there is something special in me. And maybe that's why I doesn't fit into some groups or some people. And I have to keep up that energy to move forward and to soar heights. Never have my disability stopped me from doing anything that I have dreamed. And I would say that I proudly say that I became the school leader of my school twice when I was in ninth standard and when I was in 12th standard. And I does everything with both of my hands. People used to ask me how I used to do everything by myself. I have both hands. All of you does everything with a single hand, but I use both of my hands, and I don't, I don't feel sad or bad about it because God has gifted me this much, and I should be grateful for what He has given to me. And that's the thread behind my happiness. I'm grateful for what He has given to me, and I always believe that He shall not burden me beyond that I can bear. And since I truly believe in that, I find a solution to problems that comes into my life. Sometimes I do fear like the starting trouble, before doing anything. But if I start doing something, I have the confidence that I'll complete it completely. I am happy to say here that at the time of COVID, when I was completely sitting at home, I understood the feeling of a person who is in a wheelchair or completely bedridden. The pain of not being able to get out of the house, to see the sky, to feel the birds, to see the air, and it is a different phase. But during that time, I thought in another way. I am a person who loved to paint, and my father used to gift me so many painting equipments, and I used to paint since my childhood. And I started a different hobby which I never knew I had in me, and I started crafting. At my home, I used to remove my artificial limbs and I walk on knees. And when I started crafting, I had a doubt whether I would be able to compete with the growing business, small business in this world. But anyways, I thought, yeah, we'll see how long it goes. So I started, and to my surprise, I could say that I did it very well. I started making scrapbooks, wedding hampers, albums, and so many things that I am able to do. And I would precisely say that when I'm at home, I used to hold the scale using my left leg and hold the pencil with both of my hands and draw lines. And to a point in my life, I was very shy to say that. But I thought, why to shy? Because I am pure as it is, and I shall say it very loudly because I'm very proud of it, and that I'm able to do it very confidently. And to my surprise, I can say that my artworks, I have sent it all over India to many parts, and it is some of my artworks, scrapbooks, and all is now in London, Dubai, and so many places. And I have created a brand named Handless Made. The name was a different thing. Usually, the things which we make by hand is called as handmade. Since I don't have hands, it is called handless made, and it's simple as it is. And I used to make canvas boards, and my father used to help me in making canvas boards. And I'm planning to start it as a dream project for me because I know and I have to prove or let people like me know that no disability should lock you in the room. This is nothing like if you don't have fingers, if you don't have hands, it doesn't mean that you have to sit inside the room. You have got something extra to do that other people cannot do. So, families and friends who know people like me or who are struggling more than me, we should let them do things that they love, and we should inspire them to do more things because we only have a single life, and God will give you so many blessings. For example, I would say that both of my legs, as I said, are artificial legs, and it has costed me around 5 lakhs. Hmm? I don't have legs. And the people sitting in front of me, let me ask you a question that is, you guys never asked God for a leg or for a hand so that God give you. Hmm? I actually, I didn't forget to ask God that, oh, I want a leg, I want hands, so that He didn't give me. It's a blessing actually. So we have to understand that all our body parts are very much worthy. And only when we understand the absence of it, we'll get to know how important it is in each of our life. I would proudly say that my disabilities have never been a barrier or a difficulty in pursuing my dreams. I have climbed 500 steps to view a hill point. With these artificial limbs, I have climbed more and more places, and I love traveling and I love walking because I am able to, conquer my insecurities. And one thing I have learned in my life is that I am always ready to face failure as well. Every time success may not be happening, but that doesn't care. It is always failure that teaches us a lot of things. Even I have failed many times in my life, but that have only taught me so many things. Today, when so many people recognize me, identify me as a very good girl, maybe, I feel very happy that my parents, the effort that they have put in me when I was very young in my initial stages, that is all worthy. Today, I am financially independent, and I help my father in running my family. And I think it's a great privilege and a blessing from God, actually. Each and everybody of you can imagine how much it takes, how much effort it takes to bring up a child, a normal child, the extra care, the extra effort we have to put in. But when I was born, my mother used to tell me that she has even wondered or feared that at least would I be able to at least sit, but she was wondered that I was crawling on my knees. And my mother used to tell me that she is very proud of me. My parents are very proud of me. And I guess I always believe that if ever I grow up and become an achiever in my life, I would say the main reason behind it would be my parents and my dearest sister. God gives us so many blessings, and it's the point in our life that we have to understand it, and we have to be grateful for what God has not given us also. I'm a palliative care volunteer. I am a WHO certified palliative care volunteer, and I have seen so many patients suffering with cancer, and I have dealt with them, and I have so many stories to say also. People who are in the fourth stage and who are about to die. But there are so many life lessons that palliative care has taught me. One main thing is that we all maybe, most of us may be financially all set. We have time, we have energy, and we are mostly in good positions. But all these are gifts or blessings from God, and we have to understand that it is not only for us, it is to share, it is to give to people who need it. If I have time or if I have money with me, it also means that we have to share with people who needs it, and that's when our life finds it meaning. Hmm? And the sharing means caring. That's a usual or lovely quote that we used to hear every time. If we give to a person wholeheartedly without expecting anything, it is a blessing. And when we are in trouble, it will come around to us at the time when we need help. And that's the biggest lesson I have learned in my life. And I would say that my sister is a great motivator for me because at times when I used to be lazy, actually, we are all humans, we become lazy. And my sister used to ask me, not ask me literally, she used to scold me, just go and do it. You have the ability to do it, and don't simply roam around, you have to do it. And it is a luck to have such people in our life, to motivate us and to inspire us. Actually, I really feel lucky, but some people used to tell me, oh, poor girl, she doesn't have hands and feet. Recently, very recently, I have had an experience when I went to a shop. A guy with his child uh, told me, "Oh, poor girl, she doesn't have hand," and he even pressed my hand. And I said, "Yeah, I don't have hand." I just smiled. And later, I told him, "Not only hands, I don't have legs also." And he was like pulling my pants also. And I was like wonderstruck what he was doing. But that event literally made me so frustrated and so sad because even today there are people who are not able to understand that some words really hurt. That really hurt me, even though I am confident enough. But we have to understand the fact that even though I live with all these disabilities, I will never be able to overcome this disability. I am living with it. I have to live with it because till the end of my life, I am very sure that my hand will not grow fingers, my feet will not grow toes. So till the death of my life, I'll be in the same way. So there is no point in sitting and crying over these things. But I thought that if people was a little more softer to uh, people with disabilities, it would have been a really good help. And I believe that this is a different ability, and I have learned so many things in my life this way. And ultimately, I think I'm very grateful to God because I am blessed with at least this much in my life. I have seen many people who are suffering more than me, but Alhamdulillah, I am grateful for what He has given me, and I always believe in that fact. And since I'm a little I'm a reader, I always used to think about the quote by Rumi that is, he who has led you so far will lead you further. And when in trouble, I always remember that, and I used to write it on my wall to think of it again. To all of you assembled here, I would say that life is never easy. If it is easy, there is some problem with our life. Every problem in our life is to make you better. I would say that I feel so happy to be born in this way because the funniest part is that many people recognize me. And that's so interesting to me. But it is never easy to live this way. And it is also easy to conquer everything you dream if you have the power, if you have the courage, if you have the determination inside you. And finally, I used to tell a single statement as well. My disabilities will never stop me in conquering my dreams and conquering the world. Thank you.